It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got the two franchises with more Super Bowls than anyone else. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New England Patriots. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And we are underway in Foxborough. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So now here come the Patriots to take over on offense. They'll be led out by the former Tar Heel, their rookie quarterback from UNC.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Stevenson gets it again on second down. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first two plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's May. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give him 30 yards there.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Douglas, the man in motion. From the shotgun, May with it. Short pass caught by Henry. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now 2nd and 9. They'll throw with May. They set up the screen for Stevenson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
It's caught at the 10. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease, feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
To throw, it's May. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. 2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. The tight end Henry here in motion. Straight ahead, it's Stevenson. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Ramondre Stevenson, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
You know, as a head coach, you can't hide everything from your team. They know that people think that they're not supposed to be on the field with them. So they designed a heck of a game plan, didn't they? Nice fast start, get out after them, and maybe let everyone know that they're here to compete.
And get this home crowd behind them early as well.
Yeah, that's a huge part of it, isn't it? Because if you can get the home crowd involved, sometimes you can ride that wave, and that gives you a little added pep.
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Play action. It's Wilson. That's swung out wide to Harris. And Najee going to have a Steelers first down as he'll be brought down at the 42-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And they'll run for the first time with Najee Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
There's Wilson. And that'll be incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
On 4th down, out is the punter Cameron Johnston to boot it away. Taking it about the 16. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Patriots take over. So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. The tight end Henry here in motion. They go play action now. May. He finds Douglas complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? A cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll run with Gibson, and he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that 1st. 2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Play action. May. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. To the air, May. He finds his man, complete. It's Douglas. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down. Back to the ground with Gibson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. They'll try and run for the 1st with Stevenson. They find some open field here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
He finds his man, complete. That's Douglas. And the Patriots are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Here's Stevenson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think Cameron Hayward's ability to take on blocks, hold the point of attack, and get upfield serves him very, very well. What a nice play there.
Yeah, he can take on blocks because he's built like a block. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Setting up a screen for Stevenson. Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I know we saw the pass and the completion, and obviously the resulting loss of yardage. To me, that play broke down with the blocking on it, because if you're going to try and swing it that far outside, that blocking's got to hold up to give your guy a chance.
And the defense, they weren't fooled at all.
No, not at all. Boy, were they aggressive on that one.
Sly able to put this one through. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll get this to the 32.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better. And
that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. 2nd and 7. The tight end in motion right. Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Here's Wilson to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. It's taken to the 26. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Pats offense and Kendrick Bourne headed back onto the field. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers. From the gun, it's May. He finds his man, complete. It's Douglas. Here now, 2nd and 4. Throwing here is May. Short pass caught by Henry. And Henry's going to pick up a Patriots 1st down as the tackle made at the 42.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Looking to throw, May. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Finding room at midfield. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Third and 3. They'll look to throw again. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
So on 4th down, here's Bryce Behringer on to punt for the Patriots. The back deep for the Steelers is Calvin Austin. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. Now Wilson. Setting up the screen, Harris. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Here's Wilson. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Throwing is Wilson. He'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Austin is there and brings in another one. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down. Wilson. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Wilson. He's going to pick up the 1st down and then some. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Again, Wilson. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. A gain of 7 that time, 2nd goal. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Boswell's kick is good. So a conservative decision there, but it does put him on the board.
And I know the players hate it and the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Pats at the line ready to go. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete. So we've reached halftime here at Gillette Stadium with the Patriots on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We saw a solid first half from the Oklahoma man, Ramondre Stevenson. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now run straight ahead with Warren. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all. And it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
3rd and 8. To throw is Wilson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And it's pretty evident that this passing game has been frustrated so far. They haven't really moved the ball the way we might have expected, but this is a good pickup here for the first down.
Now it's Wilson. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
But certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Throwing again here, Wilson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Christian Barmore getting in there to drop him.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that'll bring him back within 4. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's May. Got a man. It's Kayshon Boutte. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Second down and a yard. Running left is Stevenson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's May. Dancing to his left. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
As we both know, there's a lot that went into why they made him their 1st-round pick this year. Part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. They run once more with Stevenson. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Douglas, the man in motion. From the gun on 3rd down is May. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. That's Cameron Hayward who got in there to take him down. Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the 1st half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's Wilson. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Now Wilson. Here's Freiermuth again. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. Here's Wilson to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
New England on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
And we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's who you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Second and a couple. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Play action. It's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Now a first down carry for Harris. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Wilson now off the bootleg. This will be caught at about the 5. Only a yard in the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. They go play action now. Wilson. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Mike Williams from 4 yards out. And the Steelers have taken a 4th quarter lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and that gives him a 3-point lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And in the end, it was Mike Williams who capped the drive with a touchdown reception. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. New England trying to get a place on offense. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here. Looking to throw. May. Douglas with a grab over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Well, this offense hasn't been at their best here. They've made some mistakes. They've been frustrated. They've been largely shut down. But then you look up and say, wait a second. This is a one-score game. So they're still very much in this, and they're on the move here with a first down.
And this complete to Henry over the middle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. They'll throw with May. Finding Bourne here over the middle. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. To the air, May. He completes it to Henry. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. Back to throw. Got the connection here to Bourne. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit, because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Open man, that's Henry. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now 1st and goal. He's back to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. For the lead, here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Forced out to his left. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
But defensively, it didn't seem like anybody had eyes on the quarterback, and he took advantage.
So you think that maybe we're seeing some pretty good instincts for a young guy? Because that's the thing you worry about. Coming out of college, you're used to getting away with just about anything you want to do. You're just superior. Here, he has to read it, figure it out, and know when it's time to go.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that will make this a 4-point game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So Russell Wilson and the offense down by 4, a little under 50 seconds to go. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Marcus Jones in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Brandon, you got to have some urgency here. You got to get the guys back to the line of scrimmage, but the problem is all 30 yards downfield after that play.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Now Wilson. That's to Freiermuth. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Two timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wilson. And that's caught by Williams. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. This is 1st and 10. Wilson to throw. Looking for Pickens. He's got him on the out route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Here comes 2nd down. Here's Wilson. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. And a great game comes down to this. Time for 1 play, and they've got to get it in the end zone.
And I want every cover guy I've got in the game on defense, every extra defensive back who can make a play on the football. So whether it's nickel, dime, quarter, whatever you want to call it, I want 5, 6, 7 guys back there.
One last shot for Wilson. This ball intercepted. And the Patriots are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Patriots winners here at home as we say so long from Foxborough.